Okay, we lost signal. I don't know what happened. It's some bad weather coming in that might be a factor in it. So again, humbly apologize. It's not on me. I'm going to attribute it to the weather. I don't know if you can hear the rain falling, but it's falling pretty hard on the outside. So briefly, the actor has appeared in a courtroom. The actor was given a bond of $100,000. He will pay $10,000 of that to be released. He was ordered to hand over his passport so that if he has a desire to leave the country, that will not be possible. The two brothers that say he staged the whole attack and invited them into it have went from suspect to witnesses, and that happens often in cases. You can either be a suspect or you can be a witness in this. So they cooperated with the police. I think they had them for 46 or 47 hours and told them what they needed to know, some of what they already knew but couldn't prove. And then they issued search warrants for the brothers' apartments where they found bleach and other items that was connected to the case. And if you look at the video that we upped a little while ago, you can see the brothers at the store purchasing some of those items that was used into the fake hate crime attack on the actor. Now, he told them we would do it close by his apartments, his stairwells, where he lived, and pointed to them a certain camera that he wanted them to be in front of so it can be seen. And they did do that. One of the brothers hit him. I think he hit him twice, and he would also fight back. You know, that was part of the scheme that he set up. But now, as far as the scratch is concerned, the brothers didn't do that. The police said that's a self-inflicted wound that he did to himself. Right before we went off air, I'm just trying to recap some of the things I was telling you all, is that they said basically this was done because he was dissatisfied with his salary at Fox Studios. And someone put it up for me a little while ago. I think it was $65,000 he was earning per episode. I mean, I don't know how much more the brother thought he could get, you know, but even if you feel that you're worth more than that, and you have an impressive resume, well, then you can go and negotiate a pay raise or whatever. But normally, we do it with our supervisors or managers or whatever. We don't normally involve the people of the United States in it. You know, it's just none of their damn business, you know, that what's going on. So that doesn't make any damn sense to me. The letter that was sent to Fox Studio, they have determined that he also sent that letter to himself. The powdery substance that was found within the letter turned out to be nothing but ibuprofen. You know, he gave the brothers $100 bill to go and purchase the rope, the cap, gloves, mask, everything that was needed to pull off this alleged hate crime. And so he sent the letters to himself. He staged this himself. The brothers were paid $4,000, were offered $4,000 to do the attack. He wrote them a personal check for $3,500, super damn stupid. And they took that. One of the brothers went directly and deposited that check into his account. The remainder was $500 that I think they were supposed to get after the attack. Well, I don't know if they got that yet, and if they didn't, I kind of doubt they will. Now, also, along with the judge ordering him to hand over his passport, the judge also told him that he can have no contact with the brothers whatsoever. That will be a violation of his bail, which simply means his bail will be revoked, and he will be sitting back in jail. I have no sympathy for him. This was totally unnecessary. He had our attention, as I said earlier, being an actor on the show because he's good at what he does. He's an excellent singer. This was something that I don't think the brother had to do. But people suffer from things like this. Well, I don't care how much attention they get. They don't think they get enough attention. I'm going to try to pull that up later and post it on the Injustice Facebook page as to what it's called when you still seek attention, regardless of how little or how much attention that you are getting. When the superintendent, Eddie Johnson, spoke this morning, I could feel his pain. I could hear it in his voice that not only was he hurt, he was pissed. Because this did not have to happen. He went on to say that he took advantage of the pain and anger of racism and used it to his advantage. And listen, and I agree with him, because if there's any race on the planet that knows what it feels like to be discriminated against. It's the black race. And the black race, therefore, should be the last race on the planet to discriminate against anyone or to sit and stage a hate crime such as this. It was totally unnecessary. If it was an issue about being dissatisfied about his salary, and they wouldn't give him more money, boycott the business, call the media. It was 101 ways to address this than the way that he addressed this. And that's why, this is just me, this is not a fact, my opinion. It has to be something else in here, because this makes no earthly damn sense. As a matter of fact, he's supposed to be recording right now for the show at Fox Studios. I don't know if he still have his job there or not, but he's supposed to be there now. So that's another story there and stuff. But there were over 50 search warrants and subpoenas issued on this case. The police department and FBI, listen, I tip my hat to you. You all did your job. They did the thing, and they did well. I thought that they were moving entirely too slow or whatever, but they were moving slow. They was proceeding with caution because they knew they had him. They knew they had him. He didn't know it. So that's why whenever they would come before the cameras, they would always say, no, he's not a suspect. He is a victim. Well, you have to do that because if you let him know that you know he's a suspect, he could run or do anything that would, jeopardize his apprehension in this case. So they knew early on that he was a suspect in the alleged hate crime. Also, when the police arrived at his house today, that night, he asked them to cut their body cameras off. Deborah says, I'm so upset with Jussie. I am upset with him too because this is a black eye, not only to America, to black people. It's a black eye to America, period. Because let me tell you something. We have a lot of hate and racism going on in this country now. And we did not need that. We did not need that. This could have been handled another way. So I cannot respect him for what he did. He faces up anywhere between 1 and 3 years in prison. Unless they work out a deal, I think he can also be dropped down to a misdemeanor where he may do. I honestly don't think he's going to do any time in jail. But if I was the judge, there would be nothing for me to negotiate. He's going to do time. He's going to do time. And because of the severity of the case and how it could have sparked a nationwide riot, I would give him the max. Any excuse that he gives, to me, is an inexcusable excuse for what you did. There is no defense for absolute wrong. And I'm going to say it again. There is no defense for absolute wrong. You don't, evidently he didn't see the trouble that he could have started in this country over a damn lie. It makes no earthly damn sense. And so the superintendent went on to just let you know about his frustration with what Jussie said happened, and how many leads they had to follow, how many hours they had to put in over this fool's errand. And some black people, to this day, right now, are still saying they don't believe it. He was set up. I don't know how super stupid can you be to say that the actor was set up. They didn't go to his house and beat him. They didn't call him on the phone and say, come meet me at Subway. Come outside for a minute. He left out, I think they said, at 1:45 a.m. to be attacked. I'm going to say it again. He left out at 1:45 a.m. to be attacked. This is not a setup. Now, you all can believe what you want to believe, but before you can prove that the police department got it wrong, you better first prove that you got it right. And I know you can't do that because, listen, everything that you see, everything that you hear, it goes right back to him. Yeah, we're innocent until proven guilty. Okay, position determines perspective. What you see depends upon where you're standing. You might want him to be innocent, but all the evidence points towards him. So we cannot deny that. It's like a parent taking up for their child. My child didn't do this here. I know my child. You know your child from a child's perspective. When we walk out that door, there's another persona to the public. When they work, there's another persona to them that you know not of. So one thing that a parent can do that they shouldn't do is to try and uphold their child in any wrongdoing or do damage control for their child when they know their child is wrong. He should be made foot this entire bill. Do you know there were other crimes that could have been being investigated during this time? And he played it to the T. And I think all of it pisses me off, but what really angers me is when he sat on TV, Good Morning America, with co-anchor Robin Roberts, and sat there and looked her in her face and told that damn lie. Jacqueline Hall says he should do some time. I hope it was worth his career. And who writes a check? Hey, man, to that. You wrote a damn check? That's like me going into the bank, robbing the damn bank, and leaving my driver's license. Super stupid. It makes no damn sense. Now, back to Robin Roberts. He sat there and said, because I want little gay boys to know that they can fight, and not just physically, they can speak out for it. I sat there and looked at him. I'm like, he's a good actor on TV when they're doing the series. But right now, terrible. I don't know if he's going to get an Oscar for this, but he might be nominated. He might be nominated. And he sat there, and so he came up to me. He called me a faggot-ass motherfucker. This mega country. And so he punched me in my face. I punched his ass right back. That right there. I almost cut the TV off there, and I'm like, it just sounded like a lie. I punched his ass right back. And then they didn't stop. They ran for me. They took off. It's a hate crime. It's 2 against 1. You was whooping their ass that bad that they took off. It makes no earthly damn sense. Bonnie Fife of Mayberry could have saw that this was a damn lie. He just sitting there making up stories as he go along. Okay, making up stories as he go along for attention. The 2 brothers, they will not, from what we see now, will not face any charges because they have been cooperating with the police. He also gave them some money one time for Molly. I know that's a drug, so I didn't know he was doing that, but he bought wanted some Molly pills. The fake attack lasted 45 seconds. We've been saying 60, but we found out today from the prosecutor it lasted 45 seconds. He scratched himself. He sent a letter to himself, and he asked the brothers if they would help him pull the act off. At first, they was going to pour gasoline on him. This is what he suggested. They later went from the gasoline until to bleach. They used the money to buy the baseball cap, the gloves, the mask, and other things. The night of the staged attack, both brothers were told via phone and through text messages from the actor, do not bring your cell phones with you. Do not bring your cell phones with you. People, I know some of y'all still don't want to believe it, but it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. And I've said it just about on every video I've done on this story. If this had been a white man implicating 2 black men in such attack as this, the NAACP and the Reverend Al Sharpton would have been outside of Fox Studio marching, demanding you fire him right now, or we're going to boycott this. They didn't say a mumbling damn word. So why am I telling you this? We cannot fight to clear up injustice on one end, and then when it comes to us, we turn our heads as if we don't see it. We're not being fair. I don't have a black radio station. I don't have a white radio station. I have a radio station. And we are always on the side of right. There is no justification for what he did. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. my sister Yvette said this morning, what he needs to do, he needs to go get lost. Don't give another interview. Let it die down. We'll never forget it, but let it die down, and you just get out of the public's way. Don't give another damn interview. But I knew when he was on, I knew before he was on the show that he had lied. I mean, if you read the report, I mean, it starts out with lies. You know, and who keeps the damn rope around their neck when somebody was trying to strangle them with that damn rope? I don't know about y'all, but if it had been me, when I finally break free, I'm snatching that off. But I didn't. And what black man wants the police to turn off the damn body cameras? Come on, must have been on a damn Molly pill that night. You want them to turn it off? Give a damn about you being a celebrity? You don't do that. There was another red flag. He just kept telling on himself. I think he underestimated law enforcement's ability to prove that it was a setup. I don't think he knew about all of the modern day technology that they have to prove him wrong. He thought when he didn't release his cell phone, oh, that's fine. They ain't going to find another red flag. Yeah, but they was just going behind him. The actor was wrong. This also, before I go, makes it harder for us to believe people who have really had a hate crime inflicted upon them because of what he said. Doesn't make any sense and it's wrong. I think he owes the public a genuine apology for this staged foolishness. And I applaud the brothers for once they was apprehended to say, yeah, we were in it. We did this and we did that. So if they had not done that, then realize there may not be a case against him today. So in the courtroom, sometimes you have to give a little to get one suspect. You may not want to do this, but I can't get him. I got him on circumstantial evidence. It might convict him and it might not. But if I need something solid, the prosecutor, well, here's what we do. We won't charge them, but they got to tell us the truth. If they tell one lie, the deal's off the table. And that's what happened in this case. And so, again, I applaud the FBI and Chicago police and all agencies that was involved in bringing this to the light. But if you're involved in a hate crime, a racial attack or what have you, don't let this stop you from reporting it. It still needs to be reported. We'll bring you later coverage on this later tonight. I think we're doing another broadcast at 6. Okay, they said 6. We're doing another live broadcast this evening, and we'll go more in depth into this story. But again, it's just about over. He may be out of jail by now. I have no earthly idea, but he did appear in a courtroom this morning with a black outfit on. They said he rarely showed any facial expressions whatsoever, but his family was there, and every time they would read off some of the text messages or whatever, the judge had a funny look, would move, and you would read that judge's body language, because it was disgusting what she was hearing him doing this, and not to condone criminal activity. But let me tell you something. I don't care what you delete in your phone. There's not a such thing as delete. All you're doing when you delete that, you're moving it to a file that you know not of. Now, law enforcement, or certain other people, or text, get it, they know where to go and find it. You think it's gone. You think it's disappeared. It has from out of your sight. But there's no such thing as delete. It moves it to a file. And that's what happened in this case, along with looking at some trips for Uber drivers and cabs and different things. And they have receipts. They have text messages that says he's 100% guilty. We have to stop upholding people just because they're black. Then we're being racist. We're being unfair. We become part of the problem. So either we're going to be part of the cure, or we're going to be part of the symptom. I thank you all for tuning in today. Be it the Lord willing, we will see you later. Don't forget, Injustice Investigations News on YouTube. Go subscribe to it. Do it now. I love y'all. Y'all enjoy your evening.